Morning YouTube, Mike here. Saturday morning, headed to a job. Yeah, I work Saturdays. Usually I'm working 6 days a week. For now, when you own your business, you can kind of make your schedule how you want to. But me personally, for now, I'm doing Saturdays. Today's video, I wanted to talk about. I've seen other videos. I just wanted to put my opinion out there on COD or direct calls versus warranty work. Like I said, I do both. I do 50-50. Here's the good. Now, people ask me about warranty work all the time. They're like, is it worth it? You know, what's the benefit? I see a lot of guys say a lot of the same things. There's only a couple on YouTube. It's not much. But main thing is, most of them are right. I guess what they don't really say is certain warranty companies pay differently. Now, you have different types of warranty. You have home warranty, you have retail warranty, and you have manufacturer's warranty. So there's different types of warranty you can get into. I do retail warranty. That's one, Home Depot, and then I do numerous home warranties, and then which is several of them out there. You got to decide which one works for you. And then you have first year warranty. I don't do any first year for any manufacturers. If you've done that before and you know how that goes, you really don't get paid much, and you get a lot of, you know, there's just a lot of hassle for the pay. Now, to build up part stock and do certain things, yeah, I would say first year is pretty good, but other than that, it's just not on my radar. So, home warranty companies. Let's just say home and retail in general are the ones you might want to go for. The things that people don't tell you a lot of times is, when it comes to warranty and you're first starting out, you gotta have money put up for parts, because for the most part, you're waiting 30 days, sometimes 45 days for your first check. That's just how it is. And then, I mean, once you get your first check, and I mean, if you're getting work from this company and it's coming like that, once you get your first check, doesn't matter. You know, after that, it'll roll in, but you have to be consistent as well. You have, because if you don't get work from that company a whole week or whole 2 weeks, so now that next check is coming. Now your next check will be a whole 2-3 weeks after that, so it's not going to be that consistent. Another thing is retail warranties. Now they're kind of different. They might pay a little faster, maybe 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, 4 weeks as well. But you know, you might get a week. Sometimes it all depends on who you're going with. And then a lot of these warranty companies too, now they want to offer direct deposit, which they pay you faster. COD calls. I mean, that's probably the epitome of appliance repair. You always want to get COD calls and cash up front with any call. You know, first time completion, you want that money. You don't want to have to, all right, now I have to wait 30 days for this check to come. So you got to weigh your options. You got to know your finances. You can survive like that, because that's how it goes. You're gonna have to order parts and pay for them out your pocket, and pretty much wait until you get paid for them. Now, another con of it is, if there's a recall on those warranty calls, let's just say, depends on the company you work with, but there's a recall on that call, or they want to reassign it, sometimes they don't even pay you for your service call. That's, you know, these warranty companies they look out for themselves. That's just how that goes. Other than that though, I mean, it's the same thing with anything. The more you do good work, the more you have completions with them, the more you'll be a preferred vendor, the more calls you get. Now, if you don't do that, you know, good work with them, they won't send you that much calls, you know, because after you go out to these houses and you complete a job, they're sending surveys to these people. They're sending, you know, see if you did a good job. Are they completed with the repair? I mean, are they pleased with the repair? So those things you got to take into account. You know, this is constant thing. I just remember yesterday I was looking up something that I just didn't know. So you have to always re-educate, to learn new things, to make your business better, to make people want to call you. So that's home warranty, that's COD. A lot of times these warranty companies, they too will send parts, or you can order, you know, through them depending on which warranty companies you have. So that's always a plus as well, because if the part is too expensive, hey, just have them send it and let them pay you the labor. So, you know, just make sure you put enough labor on there, you make some money. Other than that, you're not really making that much money with warranty if you don't know how this thing goes. I mean, like I said, there's ways, you know, you just have to learn on your own how those things go, because everybody's different, everybody operates different. Me, a lot of times, home warranty companies, you're usually dealing with the unknown or older parts. I mean, there's times when I'll just get a call and it says dishwasher not draining. I'll call the customer, they're not home, they don't know what brand they have or even access to the model number. So sometimes you're going in blind. So, you know, you got to be prepared for those things as well. Sometimes it's just it's like that. You can't always have your pre-diagnosis every single time. It's good to have it before you go, because, you know, I'll get there and I'm like, I wish I knew this code before. I could have looked it up. But other than that, you know, you got to take your time and do what you got to do. For me personally, it's a challenge. I love doing it. Like I always say, you got to love doing this, because if you don't, you're not going to excel to be the best. I mean, that's just natural with anything, I feel. So home warranties, that's how they operate. Retail warranties, they're a little better. It's a little bit more, you know, background, drug tests, all those type of things. So if you got any issues with that, you might want to look elsewhere. But that's, they pay a little bit faster. They cover a lot more, usually 100% of things, except, you know, stuff that doesn't affect the workmanship, cosmetic. So either that, and like I said, they pay faster, but dealing with them, the main thing I want to touch on is paperwork. You got to go home, you got to look up parts. I mean, if you run 5 calls for the day that are warranty, or that's 5 claims you got to either submit for approval or submit for completion, you know. And then when you submit it for approval, then if you go back and do the job, or if you already done the job, then you got to submit the claim. So this is not for the guys who want to just get off work and go home. And yeah, I might work less jobs or less time out in the field than I used to, but I'm doing a lot more paperwork on the computer than I used to, which is, like I said, before I left my other company, I kind of ran it, so I'm already accustomed to the paperwork and what I had to do. So that's why even before, like I said, I left that company, I was already hooked up with warranty companies ready to go when I left that company. It just got me, I just got my major one, which is Home Depot. I'm not afraid to tell anybody that. I mean, if you can get with Home Depot, that's pretty good. You got to go through some rigorous checks, but getting with them, and to be honest with you, it's not the best thing. They don't send that much work, but when they do, they're clutch, and then they pay fast. So you just got to make sure you complete those jobs. And 9 times out of 10, you're doing resale, you're always going to see things within 5 years, because that's just how the warranty works. They usually don't, they sometimes renew, it all depends, but some people don't renew and they just have to, so that's that. But if you're going to them through the warranty, always give out your card, always do the best, because those people will call you afterwards. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've done warranty calls and people say, hey, I dropped my warranty, can I call you directly? I'm like, of course. And those are customers. As long as you treat them right, they're customers for life. They're calling me for everything. So I can't tell you how many times that's happened. So warranty is a great way for advertising your business, especially if you do good work. I mean, I paid for no advertising, and you know, people left me reviews, Google, Yelp, certain things, and those help as well. I mean, we're in a different society now. Reviews help a lot. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into people's houses and they say, hey, I like how your website is. It looks pretty good. Or, you know, oh, people were right about the reviews. You're very nice. And so people look up those things. I'm telling you, I'm almost 100%, not all of them, but you know, I will get one a day sometimes two a day that looks you up before you get there. They want to know, you know, who's coming. I mean, so personally, I might be like that sometimes. So that's how that goes. But you got to decide which route you want to take when you're working in this industry or you're starting your business. Not say working, because if you're working for a company, you're going to do what they tell you. But once you're starting your own business, you got to decide what route you want to take. Because, like I said, warranties, when you go on recalls, there's no service call when you're going back. Even sometimes after 30 days, sometimes there's no service call. You just got to go out there and do what you got to do. Fix it and keep it moving. That's why, you know, sometimes warranty is frustrating. But it's, you know, it's guaranteed work somewhat. When, you know, especially when you're doing a good job, it's definitely guaranteed work. And they do pay. You know, it might take 30 days for a check, your first one, or sometimes 45, because they tell you 30 business days. So 30 business days is not a month. So just make sure you know that much. And if you don't have any, or a good part house where you have an account with, or you're cash based, or, you know, you got to put that money up to get those parts. You know, I'm going to do a video on inventory. Slight video on inventory, but all the things that you possibly need, because I'm constantly upgrading my inventory. And I mean, I want to get to the point where I have at least one of everything. But that can never really happen. I mean, there's too much stuff out there, and quite frank, you don't want to spend, you know, certain money on expensive parts when you never know when you're going to need that part. So that's another thing too. But like I said, everybody's area is different. You might use more parts in your area than, say, another guy in his area. But in general, to me, it's kind of maybe the same. Lid switches, water pumps, you know, stuff like that you're going to need to carry. But, oh, this sun is getting in the way. But I'm headed to my first job. It's 9:23. I'm not doing much today. Just got 3 jobs from 8 to 12. So they're all in the same area. So I'll be done fast. One's an install. So, you know, just think about how you want to do your business, because then you got to think about when you're COD, your service call. Now, it's another guy on YouTube, I 100% agree with him on if you're going out there saying, oh, your service call is waived because you know, if you do the repair, it's a gimmick. You're still paying for the service regardless. You know, I tell people, hey, this is my service charge. You know, 9 times out of 10, like I said, I'm very good with customers. And sometimes you want to look out for people. If it's something that takes me 5 minutes, I might just charge them my service call and keep it moving. You know, or if it's something that takes me 10, 15 minutes, I might charge an extra 10 bucks, make it 75. I might not. It all depends on the person, how I'm feeling, because once you're getting enough calls and building those customers, they will call you back. So that's, you know, people might not agree when they do that, but that's what I do. You know, especially if the call is only 20 minutes from my home area, you know, you have to factor in how much gas did you use, you know, how much did you make, blah, blah. But, you know, you want to aim for at least 115 to 125 a call, you know, on your labor or just whatever you're making, even if you're getting a little markup on the part. Just make sure, you know, you get paid for your services, because even when I was, not say first starting my own business, but going out there for other company, because they mainly didn't do CODs, but we did a few here and there for people, you know, the boss's friends or whatever, so you had to price them accordingly. So, you know, it would be service charge, it would be labor, and also, you know, whatever the part was plus that markup. You know, you got to be fair with people. You can't really overcharge. Me personally, I usually charge what the retail price is at Marcone, where I usually go, because that's how much they can get it for. But that's up to you. It depends how much you get the parts for. I've been with them for you know, a long time, and they've known me for a long time. So I got a pretty good deal when I got my account set up, and I get great part prices. So 9 times out of 10, I'm just charging more retail because I'm making, you know, a good markup on what the part costs to me. But I'm still fair, so because if you can go and get it for that much, then that's what you know, you're not robbing. It makes you feel better too as a person that you're not robbing people. Now there's some parts that cost a little more. You know, there's exceptions to everything, but that's my general rule for me. Everybody is different. But that's pretty much it that I want to cover. I'm about to get to this call. Like I said, you got to figure out what you want to do for you home, or do both. Like I said, I do both. It's a lot to maintain, especially, like I said, that first year on my own, I didn't have anybody in the office, and now I do, and man, I'm telling you, my proficiency went up so much. You look to be efficient out here, and I'm telling you, somebody answering those calls when you're out, and it's probably the best thing that you can do. I mean, if you're a one-man show. Once you have that, then you can look about doing other things. But with that, you know, you probably want to stay as the one man as long as you possibly can, but not for some people. They want to build quick as they possibly can. So to me, I want to do the max I can for me and make the most money for me before I start hiring people. You know, that's just how it is. You know, I know how it is running a company and training guys and micromanaging others, make sure they do this, do that, and you know, I'm a little over that for the moment. I'm gonna have to do it because I'm growing. I'm steadily growing, and I'm doing good work. So, but anyway, I'm signing out. You guys take care. Have a good day.